Right. Very, very good. Okay. A very good afternoon to you. It looks like quite some good news out there for Ghanaians. You remember some time back I told you I went to Cobham. That's Chelsea's training ground, Stamford Bridge, Cobham. But it was quite interesting to see. Said there were a lot of people there who were Ghanaians. So I saw a lot of kids speaking Twi as they trained. I watched under 17, was it under 16, and there was under 21. But watching the under 17 team or under 16 teams, the guys were basically speaking Twi. Hey, unya passe. Then I was surprised. Chelsea, some of the guys are Ghanaians, two, three, four of them. So starting for the team meant that they could speak Twi and outwit the other opponent. And it was surprising. Atuampa, Moro, and the other players who I remember. But today, if you look in the Chelsea lineup facing Burnley today at the Stamford Bridge, Chelsea are playing Burnley at the Stamford Bridge, and there is another Ghanaian in there. And let's look at the lineup. If you look at the Chelsea lineup for today, on the bench, there is Josh Kofi Echampong on your screen. Josh Kofi Echampong, definitely Joshua. Joshua Kofi Echampong. He's 16. He'll be turning 17 in May this year. So 16 years, but he's already played for the English national team and the English under 17 national team for a couple of times. He's played for the English under 17 in the European Championships and in the under 17 World Cup qualifiers. So Josh Kofi Echampong basically is a player who signed his professional contract in January this year. He's yet to turn 17, but he's making the bench for Chelsea. I'm sure he's been on the bench in a couple of games, but this is a very exciting right back. And he's been scoring goals in the Chelsea under 16 and under 17 teams. Today is an opportunity for him. Maybe he will get his first game for Chelsea in the Premier League, because four other academy players, to be honest, let's look at the Chelsea Academy. One of the best in the world at the moment. There is no denying the fact that the Chelsea Academy is one of the best in the world at the moment. If you look at the Academy on your screens, you can clearly see that this is purely what people who want to build an academy start with. The BR said they are one of the best, and they like to include a lot of black players in their academy. I don't know for what reasons, but if you look at the stature of Josh Kofi Echampong, who signed his professional contract early this year, January, and will be turning 17, right back for Chelsea. And he's a player whose international career has not been decided, obviously, just 17. Let's look at some of the... So if you look at the Chelsea lineup on your screens, let's try and catch that. The Chelsea lineup on your screens, if you can clearly see that this is Josh Kofi Echampong on your screen. So this is him playing for Chelsea at the Chelsea Academy or training grounds in Cobham. This is in January when he first signed his professional contract for the club. But today, against Burnley, he's joining the team for them to at home against Burnley. Let's hope. But if you look at his structure, like I said, very tall, lanky, just 16 years. But if you look at the height of the player, you can clearly see that this is a player with prospects. Will be turning out very huge and large for Chelsea. But the main meal in this discussion is that a lot of Ghanaians have tagged me on social media. Obama, go and see Chelsea introducing a new kid. Of course, I know for sure. I've said this story several times, that Chelsea Academy. I went there and I was surprised to hear the players playing a game. I think it was against Crystal Palace, and they were speaking Twi. The Chelsea team, hey, pass, mame, long pass. And I said, how come? But so I know that there are a lot of Ghanaian kids out there playing for Chelsea. At least I know Atuampa. If we have the picture of Atuampa, one of the most exciting talent at the Chelsea Academy. Atuampa has been there, has won the Chelsea Academy Player of the Season, has signed a contract with, I think, Nike. They've seen the kind of prospect that he is. So Atuampa and other players are there. But it is Josh Kofi Echampong, who is the subject matter of today's discussion, started playing for Chelsea as a defensive midfielder, like the Yaya Toure type of player. Because if you look at his height, and quite interestingly, so this is Atuampa. Atuampa has been there. I think Ato is now a professional player, though. He's yet to make big moves for Chelsea. So this is Atuampa, the most senior Ghanaian youngster at the Chelsea Academy. I spoke to Atuampa during the time I went to Cobham. Twice that I've gone there, I've seen a lot of Ghanaians. May his soul rest in peace. The former Kits man, Mr. Siedu, who came to Ghana for a funeral and passed out, is the one overlooking majority of these players at the Chelsea Academy. So you may be seeing most of them. But quite interesting that this Josh Kofi Achampong was picked by Chelsea when he was 7 years. 7. They saw his talent when he was 7 years, Josh Kofi Achampong. And for 10 years, so he was turning 8 when they picked him. And for 10 solid years, Josh Kofi Achampong has been playing for Chelsea, and he has an opportunity. He signed a professional contract early this year. So people are asking, the reason why they are tagging me, are we going to chase Josh Kofi Achampong? Of course, he's a Ghanaian. He's not decided his international future yet. We got Tariq Lamptey. We got Inaki Williams. We got many more of them who had not decided to play for their country of birth or their country of residence. So Josh Kofi Achampong, like the talent he is and the prospect that he brings, I'm sure that a time may come. And it's difficult because we don't know. We don't have a scouting system in place to pick these players when they are young. And even if we pick them when they are young, it is difficult to groom them. How? You don't have a national training complex. You don't have the capacity for your under-17 coaches to be going around. You don't have the money to hire scouts across the world. So it will be difficult for you. So you have to look forward to the players coming to the limelight, like we are unveiling, or Chelsea unveiling Joshua Kofi Achampong today. If, fortunately, he gets the opportunity to feature for Chelsea, being on the bench against Burnley, and Chelsea, at this point, want to turn up in the league and qualify for the Champions League, if not by virtue of going through the FA Cup, they definitely will get the opportunity if they push up from the bottom half of the table to the top half to get that automatic qualification to the European competition. So Josh Kofi Achampong and the other academy players have been given the nod to join the Chelsea team. 4 of them today on the bench for Chelsea against Burnley. And hopefully, Josh Kofi Achampong will get the opportunity. But the question people are tagging me on social media wanting to know, his dad is a Ghanaian. His mom is a Ghanaian, from what we understand. So he's a full-fledged Ghanaian, born in England or London, and signed by Chelsea when he was 7, 8 years. 10 years that he's been groomed and developed by Chelsea. He will likely make his debut or make his Premier League debut for Chelsea anytime soon. It could be today against Burnley. But like I said, if he's the prospect and talent that he is, there is nothing bad for Ghana chasing him. And I'm sure Ghana will go chasing Josh Kofi Achampong. So these are players that we have to throw more light on when they are young. Not to the Black Stars. That is my point. If there is a player like this and you want him, he has to start from the under-17. When he plays for the under-17, but this guy has started playing for England. Look at the him in England kits. I think we have the picture of that. Josh Kofi Achampong playing for England at the European Championship. Him in England kits, very tall, lanky. You clearly can see that this guy or talent or betimia, but he's played for England under 17. But I'm saying, if there is an under 17 World Cup and he misses out for England, then Ghana will have an opportunity to invite him for the under 17 qualifiers or World Cup. Then he can say, my boy for Ghana, I've started imbibing myself. So this is him playing for England and the under 17 championship, European Championship. So he has started already. But when he comes to play for Ghana under 17, he starts to imbibe in him the culture of Ghana. And also he knows that he has not chosen his international future by playing. So he can toggle between the two. England, Ghana. And when you go straight and pick him for most of them think that you are an opportunist. You are only coming because they are shining. And that is where they start to drag their feet. But Josh Kofi Achampong is there. Many more of them will be unveiled in the coming days. But why we say this or why we do this is that it's exciting that your player has broken into one of the best academies in the world and breaking into one of the best clubs in England, Chelsea, obviously, and Neyman Koye. But to play under Mauricio Pochettino or any other coach at Chelsea, good for any player's development. So this is Josh Kofi Acheampong. Ghana for, like I always say, I've been so cool. We will be going there very soon. And from Josh Kofi Acheampong, I have to discuss this Kudus story. Mohamed Kudus played for West Ham today against Newcastle and scored an incredible goal. And after scoring the goal, you know, before this game, Kudus had granted an interview that he's seen a global indoctrination of his celebration. He's indoctrinated people. Amanfo bebre a started a omoye Kudus celebration, score and sit, score and sit. AC or Champions League or Copa America baby. Kudus is saying that people will start paying copyright. They will start paying money to him for copying his celebration. And thankfully after that, okay, Kudus I new haircuts. This is the second haircut. Let's see Kudus in latest haircut no. This is a Rasta man through one stone. Wabo cornrow. Any small thing. Kudus in a cornrow. Very nice guy, of course. Fashionista of a player. He's now changed. This is the previous one. Maybe the latest hairstyle. Yes, and this is a new Kudus. Rastaman Kudus. So he's come with a new hairstyle. He scored the goal, so keep it here. He scored the goal, but he went to, I wish I could get a full picture of this. He went to the Newcastle United ball boy and asked him to give him the seat. For here, wash ye na masadi akunya ma now they are celebration. But the ma wombe yimedi. Men fam ma Kudus can cry and say no. Men te the o can cry, men te English, no men te tree the o kabia. So this is akunya open. This is the chair that the ball boys sit on our stadium hall. Into a shena or West Ham London Olympic Stadium there. Ni home to betimaje akunya from ball boy no translate a picture. But I go back to Newcastle United hall. Oh, Wababe Shomo started with 3-1. Kudus born a go no. And Wakwa was a give me the chair. Na me fanya in celebration or say me fam mauda. That one say crowd so the omo training almost a massa and mo bia meji superiority bia wa hamfa akonya ma obia. Wan farmer no. Ono wo West Newcastle ball boy no. Wo ye supporter dada. Wasan ye academy player, most of them are mobile for academy no. Enti ono wa hye no woni home na ye ne ya. He's already in pains. Now Bejena Konya. So this is game against Newcastle United. But unfortunately, Newcastle come back. Share 4-3 against West Ham. Very unfortunate development for Kudus because they were leading by in 94th minute and Omunya Omo last goal. No? So yeah, that's how it ended for them. But Kudus at me a goal. But they discussed a day before this game that truly, clubs like Arsenal and Chelsea were on his heels before he signed or opted to sign for West Ham. His maiden season, not a striker, hit double figures, which is a big feat for a player like him, even for his own lofty ambitions and what the standard that he set. This is a very good statistics. What the Europa League in the outcome become Kradia Kudus in China or hit 20 goals for West Ham, which is something that any player be obepe. But the American say, is Mohamed Kudus going to stay at West Ham after like £40 million deal for what he has done in his first season? Is he going to stay at West Ham? The player has said that there were deals and contacts from Arsenal, there were contacts from Chelsea, and I can confirm that a very close person to Mohamed Kudus, let's say in a club, in a academy, and Penyumfono, one told me clearly, said he was the second choice for Manchester United after that player Holden. So they wanted him, but what happened was that Mohamed Kudus chose to go to West Ham, but Manchester United actually wanted him to be, if they failed to sign that Holden player. So this is what happened. But I believe that Mohamed Kudus will not stay at West Ham for more than a season or two. And he will not be going for less than £100 million. Not a striker. not a striker, but this is somebody who has gone beyond the double figures in his maiden season in the league and in the FA Cup, in the Europa League particularly. So what he's done is incredible for now. But what we are saying is that from the discussions going around, Mohamed Kudus may not stay at West Ham. But there are so many people. Where will he be going? Is this a player that Pep Guardiola will be interested in? I don't know why you think, but Pep Guardiola has this peculiar type of players and peculiar kind of play. So if he's particular about the way he plays and how he set up his team, will Mohamed Kudus be a suitable option? Because every Ghanaian would love to see, or most Ghanaians, of course, would love to see Mo Kudus playing under Pep Guardiola. Or will Kudus finally join Eric Ten Hag if he stays at Manchester United? Because it's a club that should have primed Kudus. I always say that it's a club that should have signed Kudus. But getting the information, my sources telling me that he was second choice. The player they signed was not actually a player in the same position, but Kudus has scored more goals than the player, more assists. So you can clearly see that Kudus is way ahead, not because I'm Ghanaian, but everybody knows about why Mohamed Kudus deserves that kind of accolades. But even beyond England, is Mohamed Kudus not a player capable of playing for Real Madrid? Because these things have also started. Or Chelsea. Well, I don't think at this point Chelsea is a club I will be fancy too, but they will fancy him playing for them. But between Barcelona and Real Madrid, Manchester United and Man City, or Liverpool, these are the 5 clubs that I think Mohamed Kudus, at this point in his career, will likely choose to play after what he's done. The season is not over, but I think, or I do not think, he will stay at West Ham beyond the season or 2, maximum, maybe 1.5 or 2 seasons. Mohamed Kudus will move. But these are 5 clubs that I think that for his level, yeah, of course, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United. These are clubs with the pedigree and the kind of class that they have now. And he want to feature prominently in the Champions League, which he did for Ajax. So, yeah, Kudus deserves this take. But let's see what happens. Thank you very much for watching. Another episode will come. You can share your comments. I don't know, 5 clubs that are making Wasem: Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool. Club Echo. We don't know who comes in. But then, where does Mohamed Kudus's future lie from moving from West Ham, which is likely that he may not stay till the season, 2 seasons or beyond? Not likely. Thank you very much. You can share your comments. You can share the video. You can also share your opinions beneath what you think. But that's what I think. Thank you very much.